All right, so this is going to be part 4. I've got this thing soaked in WD-40. I'll be cleaning this up. In the meantime, there's a barrel, spring barrel. Yeah, you saw that in part 3. Yeah, disaster. Anyway, yeah, I got to do this. I got to take this off, put some new felt on this. That shouldn't be too hard, so we'll get going on that one. All right, so let me take the felt off. I don't need to show you how to do that, right? Looks like it's going to be fairly easy. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll be back with the felt, and I'm going to cut it to size and fit it on there. All right, but first we're going to do this. I just sanded it with 80. Now I've got 220 on here, and then we'll restain it with red mahogany. So let's do that. First I got to sand it down, and we'll be back and we'll do what we need to do. First thing I'm going to do is wipe it down with some paint thinner to get all the dust off, basically. Okay. I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes. I'll evaporate a little bit. Then I'll hit it with the red mahogany. I'm not going to worry about the middle because that's covered with the turntable. So we'll see. All right. This is red mahogany from what I understand. So I'm just going to let it sit, and then we'll be back. We'll be back, as they say. All right, let's do this. Hopefully it's dry enough. And hopefully this will turn out like it's supposed to. Oh yeah. Try to give it one more coat, just to darken it up a little more. Probably. Talking to myself. All right, here we go. So while that's drying, I did iron this, so it looks pretty flat. I'll have to take it to the garage and cut it out. That'll be my next step for this one. One thing at a time. Okay, come to find out, I'm low on this adhesive, so I'm waiting on the wife. She went to Walmart, and yeah, I cleaned this up. She's ready to go. As soon as she gets back, we'll spray it and then cut around it with a sharp razor blade type thing. I'll use one of these, I guess. I'm not sure if I can find a fairly new one. That looks pretty new right there. Okay, I gotta wait till she gets back, and then we'll do it. Okay, I did clean this up the best I could. Not perfect, but once I get it all together, I'll re-oil and re-grease what I need to do. This how dirty it got. Yeah, so yeah, without taking it all apart. I don't think it needs to be taken apart. I'll just oil everything that needs to be oiled and greased. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm waiting for this to dry, and I think I'll give this another coat. One more coat so it's a little darker. It's got to be pretty dark, like the edge, to match the edge, especially like in here. Yeah. So yeah, let this dry a little bit, then we'll give it one more coat. Well, now it's a waiting game. I've got this on here for weight to keep it down. I've got it sprayed. They didn't have my other 77 adhesive, so I bought this Gorilla Glue. I'm waiting on that to, once that sets, then I'll go ahead and cut it. I'm going to wait till that sets. And then I've got this going on. I didn't realize there was a piece that was kind of broken, so I've got some putty. I'm going to wait for that to dry before I can sand it. And then I've got this other piece out here. I got to wait for that to dry. And then I'll give it a light coat of sand, and then use some spray. It'll look better once it's sprayed. So that's my story for now. I gotta wait till all of this stuff dries and settles and does what it needs to do. So let's just wait and then we'll take care of the rest. All right, let's do this. Let's cut this puppy. Let's do this. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's there, it's there. Hopefully it'll cut like it should. All right, here we go. So I just got to trim the outside, which I can do. And I'll do the center in a minute. All right, so that concludes that part of it. I'm not going to sit here and have you suffer through this cleaning up the edge. So, all right, I'll show you the results in a minute. So what I did is I used this thing. I went around the edges. Just like that. And that looks pretty good. All right, so now I got to do the center hole. Okay, I was hoping to use these hole punchers, but the smallest one is still too big, so I got to figure out some other way. I'll be back. So this is what I used to cut the hole. It's the only thing I could think of, which seemed to have worked out. So I go to the next step. Now I got to go look at my red mahogany, see if that's dry. All right, let's give this its first coat. One of many, probably. Oh yeah, let her shine. All right, this first coat looks pretty good, actually. Okay, so we're going to try this different camera. This is the next day. I'm ready to put it together. As you can see, I've got all the parts. So I'm going to put it together, and then we'll go ahead and mount it in here. This is not ready, of course. The cabinet's going to be next. That's going to be part 5. So let me put it all together and we'll give it a test run, play a record, and see how it does. Hopefully should turn out pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I had to do a few adjustments. This was way off. It was cranked all the way and was still too slow, so I had to go underneath and make some adjustments. So remember, the cabinet's not done yet, but the mechanics of it is done. Everything works. Let me show you. Put this on. Here we go.
Now me and my wife and my brother Joe took off in a Ford from Kokomo. We hadn't much gas and the tires were low, but that doggone Ford could really go. Now along about in the middle of the night, we were ripping along like rich folks might when a Mercury behind me blinked his lights, honked his horn, and he pulled out of sight. Well, he had twin parts in that blunderbuss. People might think that I'm in a rut. To you folks that don't dig this kind of jive, it's 2 carburetors and an overdrive.
Okay, well, this is the end of part 4. We'll do part 5 when I get all of this done. There's a lot of work to be done here. I've got new knobs for this because one's missing and I can't match it. So I'm ready to go. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell. And we'll talk to you again soon.